"I do not think I could bear it," he said at last. His eyes were closed as if against horrors. I knew he spoke not of his death, but of the nightmare Odysseus had spun, the loss of his brilliance, the withering of his grace. I had seen the joy he took in his own skill, the roaring vitality that was always just beneath the surface. Who was he, if not miraculous and radiant? Who was he, if not destined for fame? "I would not care," I said. The words scrambled from my mouth. "Whatever you became, it would not matter to me. We would be together." "I know," he said quietly, but did not look at me. He knew, but it was not enough. The sorrow was so large, it threatened to tear through my skin. When he died, all things swift and beautiful and bright would be buried with him. I opened my mouth, but it was too late. "I will go," he said. "I will go to Troy." The rosy gleam of his lip, the fevered green of his eyes, there was not a line anywhere on his face, nothing creased or greying, all crisp. He was spring, golden and bright. Envious death would drink his blood and grow young again. He was watching me, his eyes as deep as earth. "Will you come with me?" he asked. The never-ending ache of love and sorrow. Perhaps in some other life I could have refused. I could have torn my hair and screamed and made him face his choice alone, but not in this one. He would sail to Troy, and I would follow, even into death. "Yes," I whispered. "Yes." Relief broke in his face, and he reached for me. I let him hold me, let him press us length to length, so close that nothing might fit between us. Tears came and fell. Above us, the constellations spun, and the moon paced her weary course. We lay stricken and sleepless as the hours passed. That is just a little section from one of my favorite books of all time. It's called The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I know it's not one of the classic novels that I'm going to be able to read on the podcast, but I just felt like I wanted to share a section of one of my favorite books. I think the writing is just so poetic, even in its prose, and it always gets me emotional. I've read this book so many times, and every time it gets me, it really hits me somewhere deep. So I just wanted to share it with you. I would love for you guys to let me know in the comments any, books, passages in particular that really mean something to you, and maybe I can look them out and do a little video on those. Basically, that's all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you soon.